Hello? Darling, you're trembling.
Something's happened.
What do you mean?
A man, Mike Kovac, he's been to the Long Island place at least 3 times.
Insurance company?
I don't know. He says he's a photographer.
Well, they believe I'm dead, don't they?
He's in town, Carl.
Well, this is the first time I've ever been in this town. Why would he come here?
Darling, please don't argue. Just do as I say.
Well, what do you want me to do?
I want you to go to Miami. And I want you to get to Havana as fast as you can. And as soon as I get the money, I'll join you there. Look now, come on. There's a railroad station. Over the hill, just past the mine there.
Darling, I can't take too much more of this running.
There isn't much. Please go.
With a Camera, starring Charles Bronson.
I'm Mike Kovac, photographer. An insurance company sent me to a Pennsylvania mining town to check on the wife of the missing Carl Bain. The only thing I have to go on is that she was born here.
That's the history of our town. Our pretty girls always leave.
Well, she came back often during the past 2 years. We know that.
Well, if she's going to be worth $250,000, I doubt if she'll come back again.
Well, she's going to be worth it, all right. The insurance company will give it to her, and they'll give it to her because her husband fell off a boat.
Drowned?
No, it was sharks. And she was the only eyewitness.
Are you an insurance investigator?
Photographer.
What do they need with a photographer?
Nothing if he's dead. A picture if he's alive.
I'll keep my boys on the alert. If Carl Bain shows up, we'll notify you.
Okay. Thanks, Chief. I'd appreciate it.
Chief, there's been an accident at the mine.
I didn't hear any siren.
Well, not a cave-in. The kid saw somebody fall on number 7. Said he didn't recognize him.
What kind of a fool would be around number 7?
Well, a stranger, maybe.
Let's go.
Then one of them was thrown into the hole, and the other one threw a box in after him.
Box?
Looked like a box.
A couple of tramps probably heading for the railroad.
You sure you didn't recognize them?
Would have said if I had.
Well, how were they dressed?
Like men.
Well, if you think of anything, be sure to tell me.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's see how they're doing.
No good, Mr. Werner.
I couldn't break through without knocking the timbers loose.
What will they hold?
If you leave them alone, they will.
Trouble?
Yeah.
This is Mike Kovac from New York. George Werner, engineer for the mine.
What are the chances of getting him out?
Well, we got to find out if he's alive first. Otherwise, we'll leave him there and cover the hole over. I won't risk a man to bring out a corpse.
Can you see him down there?
65 feet down, Mr. Kovac. We tried lowering a man, but the timbers are jammed. We can't get through.
How can you tell whether he's alive or not?
By dropping a rope. If he's alive, he'll pull on it.
You know, maybe I can help you there. I can go back to town and get some equipment and rig this camera to the end of that hook. Then I'll set it up so that I can trip the shutter from up here.
Well, how will that help?
Well, at least we can tell whether he's alive or not.
He's got an idea, George.
It's all yours if it'll work.
I fixed the camera so that I could set off the shutter and flash with a remote control switch. Here, hold it. First, I tested the camera. It worked. Then we lowered it down into that hole and took a picture. I repeated the process again just to make sure and developed the pictures on the spot with the portable equipment in my station wagon. Here you are, Chief. Whoever he is, he's alive.
How do you know?
Well, this is the first picture here. And on the second picture, the flash must have startled him because he moved his hand from here over to here. And incidentally, that box is a suitcase, you see.
Does he look familiar to you?
From this angle, I can't tell whether it's Baines or not.
Baines?
The New York fella married the Jakowski girl.
What would he be doing here?
You get him out and we'll ask him.
Yes, sir, we'll manage to get through to him somehow. We're up against rock. Well, we may have to blast to get through to him in time. Yes, sir. I'll keep you posted.
Blast?
If you want him alive, we will, Mr. Kovac.
Well, won't the concussion start another cave-in?
That's a chance we'll have to take. Sure. Now, this is shaft number 7. The timbers were dislodged when the guy fell in the hole. It's a miracle they didn't follow him down. Now, we can't lower a man. He hits a soft spot and no more hole.
Well, what's this?
Well, that's 20 feet that's blocked off. We used to connect.
How long will it take to get to him this way?
Chances of getting through to him that way without causing a cave-in is about 1 in 10.
How are you going?
From here to here?
Well, that looks to me to be about 300 feet.
262.
How long will that take?
About a week, depending upon what we run into.
Can he stay alive that long?
I don't think he can.
How's it going?
Slow.
My name is Mike Kovac.
We know who you are.
Well, I was talking to George Werner, and he told me it would take about a week to get him out that way.
He knows the mine. He says it'll take a week. That's how long it'll take.
That guy will be dead by then.
We hope not.
Well, you know, there's a short way. You can get him out in under a day.
How many children do you have, Mr. Kovac?
I'm not married.
I have 4.
Why are you so interested, Mr. Kovac? Friend of yours?
No, he's wanted for an insurance fraud.
We dig him out, you put him in jail.
If he's the man I want, yeah.
Well, he can't spend the money down there.
How's it going?
No tug for the past 3 hours.
Managed Managed to get food and water to him?
Well, we got water to him, but he didn't drink it.
Did you figure out why?
His arms might be broken. They might be pinned down. We don't know.
No food, no water. Dark as night. Tell you this, he's scared.
Who wouldn't be?
No, it's going real slow. It may be Baines. I don't know. Look, all I know is we're trying to get a man out of that hole. Just a second. If you locate Helen Baines, let me know. And I'll call you back same time tomorrow. Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry. They said it would be all right if I came up.
Oh, come in, come in. I was just talking about you. Make yourself comfortable.
The pictures you took were in the New York papers. I came down as fast as I could.
Yeah, I figured you would.
I just can't understand how it could be Carl. If I thought there was a chance.
Well, there's a chance.
Mr. Kovac, if I thought there was a chance that my husband was still alive, not all the money in the world.
You're not gambling for all the money in the world. Just $250,000.
Well, do you think that money can stop a person from being lonesome?
No. But it can buy a lot of people who are willing to listen to your troubles.
But I don't want a lot of people.
No?
I guess you think it's pretty heartless of me, my husband being dead.
Oh, no.
With this faint hope that he's still alive. I mean, I just know that's impossible.
If he's dead, you get all that money.
Well, I won't even get that unless...
Unless what?
Unless you tell the insurance company that that isn't my husband. That Carl is really dead. You can't even distinguish his face in those pictures. It'd be a real friendly thing to do. What's the matter? Don't you like me?
Oh, sure. I could probably get to like you a lot more.
Well, let's see how much more.
But I would never trust you.
You're a fool, Mr. Kovac.
Better look for another friend, Mrs. Baines.
Mr. Kovac, with $250,000 at stake, I don't think I'll have any trouble.
Not the face!
The chief of police let me look at his picture collection of hoodlums. I not only wanted to know who clobbered me, I wanted to know why. What about this one?
Oh, him. I don't think he's ever done an honest day's work. That goes for his brother, too.
This is brother over here?
Yeah, that's him.
Where can I find them?
I know where to find him. And I'll bring him in. Mike, I'm not interfering in your job. Don't interfere in mine.
I think the guy is dead.
Why do you say that, Jan? You know what it's like to be trapped down here?
Yeah. That's why I say it. Also, we won't have a choice to make.
We got no choice anyway, except to do what Mr. Werner tells us to.
This meeting is foolish, Helen.
Please don't yell at me, George.
The Kovac connects us. You'll know who's in the hole and who put him there.
Scared George.
Oh, don't crack up now.
Well, what was the good of having him beaten up? All he wants to do is to get Carl out of that mine.
Then I think we ought to help him all we can.
To get Carl out?
No. Get Kovac in.
What do you want?
Well, the two of us talked it over, and we're going to try the old shaft.
By tomorrow afternoon, we'll break through.
Yeah, I know the chance you're taking.
So do we.
I can't help thinking about that guy. I know, even though I've never been in that spot myself before.
We do, too, because we have been.
When are you going to start?
We're starting now.
You wait, I'll go with you. Well, you don't know how many times I expected that tunnel to cave in last night.
Oh, it could still happen. Look, Kovac, this is no kid's game. They're in there because you shamed them into it.
They're in there because they were once trapped by a cave-in themselves.
You think a man who has been in one would deliberately try to get caught in another?
It's a small hole, but we've broken through.
Where's Stan?
He's bracing the hole.
Need any help?
I'm all fish. Don't touch that!
Did you call them?
Yeah, but he didn't call back.
Make the choice, Mr. Kovac.
What do you mean?
How long will it take a man to get to him?
10, 12 minutes. Another 10 minutes to pry him loose. Twice as long as that to pull him out. Depends upon the water in there.
How long will the bracing hold?
Who can tell?
Well, with the pressure on it, if it isn't jarred, maybe an hour.
What happens when it collapses?
And the whole thing goes.
Now, do you understand, Mr. Kovac? Now make a choice.
We'll make our own choice.
All a man has to do is crawl through that hole, dig him free, and then drag him out, right?
Yeah, that's all.
But I do it?
Why you?
Well, because you two have been digging all night while I've been sitting up here resting. And because I want him more than either one of you.
That has nothing to do with it.
How many kids you got?
4?
That's got just about everything to do with it.
Wait. Better get rid of some of those clothes. Shaft is full of water. No sense dragging in anything extra.
All right, I got some work clothes in my car. I got some miniature camera equipment for my car and put it in a miner's helmet to keep it dry. I'd soon know if the trapped man was Carl Baines and if he was alive.
Now, crawl straight through. Be careful not to dislodge anything.
Okay.
When you get there, if he's dead, leave him.
If he's dead, all I'll bring back is a picture. Whoever he is.
You stay here, Stan. I'll get some blankets.
Where's George?
In the shaft.
What's he doing in there?
Said he'd stand by. Said I should get some coffee.
Get him out here right away.
What'd you do that for?
Keep away from that beam.
I only wanted to see if it was weakening.
I'll watch it, Mr. Werner. You want it outside.
you going, George?
No play.
See, you hurt badly.
I'm cold. You don't know how cold I am.
All right, hold on. I'll get you out. You grow beans.
That's right.
All right, now look. I'm going to drag you through. Watch you don't kick the walls.
Fast. Make it as fast as you can.
Don't worry, I will.
The whole place will cave in. I can feel it.
Just a few more feet. A few more feet.
Somebody give me a hand here. Get him out of here.
Mike, put a blanket on him. One for you.
He did it. He pushed me in.
He's out of his mind.
Is he? We got the boys you hired to beat up Kovac. Come on.
Carl, you're all right, darling.
My wife, she's in it too.
Carl, don't say things like that. He's delirious.
This is Baines. Better find yourself another friend. And when you do, make sure it's a lawyer.
like your picture taken?
Beat it. You heard me, beat it.
I don't think you should be seen in a public place, Lupo.
What are you worrying about? I'm not a gopher. Just keep the camera girl away from me.
I've just got to have something to remember this night by. Oh, miss?
Take your picture?
Sure thing. Take one of me and my little gal here.
Ready? I'll have it for you in 20 minutes, sir.
Get that picture.
Miss!
Excuse me, miss. I'd like to have that picture.
Oh, you'd like to have your picture taken?
No, not my picture, the one you just shot. I'll give you $20 for it.
Oh, but this picture's that man's over there.
Well, that doesn't matter. I'll give you 50.
Oh, just a minute. What are you doing here? That's my picture.
None of your business.
He's stealing my camera.
I'll make it my business. Hey!
Get that picture. Come on, let's get out of here.
This is starting out like a real Texas evening.
Man with a Camera. Starring Charles Bronson.
I was set for a quiet evening with a little hi-fi, but I guess I'm accident-prone. Trouble always seems to find its way to my door. I'm Mike Kovac, photographer.
Mike, I'm so glad to see you. I'm in trouble.
Take it easy now. What's the matter?
And then this man jumped the price from $20 to $50. And this other man hit my customer when he tried to help me.
Who was this guy? Did you ever see him before?
No, I don't know. There were 4 people.
Were you followed?
I don't know.
This way.
Mr. Kovac, I'd like to talk to you. It's very important.
You know it's almost midnight.
Please, I'll be brief.
All right, you're in.
Thank you, Mr. Kovac. I'm sorry to intrude, but I believe that you may have a negative in your possession. It's meaningless to you, but very important to me.
That's all.
I'll come to the point, Mr. Kovac. I'm an attorney. I was at a table with a client, a young lady, when their picture was inadvertently taken. My client is a married man in the midst of divorce proceedings. If his wife learns of his involvement with this woman, well, should that picture get out and his wife see it?
Oh.
I've heard of you, Mr. Kovac. You're a photographer. Perhaps your services are available where a picture is concerned?
Usually, yeah.
My client is a man of means, Mr. Kovac. He'd be prepared to give you a retainer of $500.
$500?
Providing the negative is turned over immediately.
That right?
I know this is very unusual, but I'm willing to make out a check right
No,
now.
Just a minute. It's very late, and I'm real tired. Why don't you call tomorrow?
But $500...
I said call tomorrow. And make it like noon because I'm a late sleeper.
But, Mr. Kovac...
Call tomorrow. I got your message.
Tomorrow noon, you say?
That's right.
You won't forget?
I won't forget. I just don't do business at midnight.
I understand. Please extend my apologies to the young lady.
Yeah, I'll do that.
No, it's $500.
Let's find out why. This guy says that guy's chasing this dame, and he jumped the price to the camera girl from 20 to 50, and he offered me a retainer of $500.
Could be. So the camera girl made a bundle because they were where they shouldn't be.
Donovan, I'm telling you, this guy looks familiar to me. This guy with the glasses.
Oh, Mike, you can't make a federal case out of this.
Why don't you take a better look at him now?
Federal. Needle me, boy, needle me. That girl. French, model. Name begins with M. Marion. No. Marietta? Monique. Monique Thaxter. That's Monique Thaxter.
So who's Monique Thaxter?
You don't know who Monique Thaxter is? Used to be Ace Lupo's girlfriend before he was deported 2 years ago.
Oh, all right. So she's somebody else's girlfriend now. Ace Lupo, you say?
Uh-huh.
Why, the guy with the glasses. This could be Lupo. Murder Incorporated, if he's back in the country.
Oh, big if, big if. Lupo was very heavy, jet black hair, heavy mustache. Never wore glasses that I know of.
All right, this guy's not heavy. He's got graying hair, no mustache, and he's wearing glasses. But these things can be changed. You can put them on or take them off. But that facial structure, Donovan, you can't change that.
Hey, sure. And if this is Lupo, that ought to make sense now.
Yeah, my midnight visitor is supposed to call at noon to find out my answer.
1 hour. Now, look, Mike, stick with this. I'm making it official. Stall that guy. I'll get in touch with the FBI. It'll take him a couple of hours to find Lupo. Talk to that guy, find out all you can. Tell him you'll meet him after 3 o'clock. I'm going to hang on to this. And until we're sure, keep this to yourself, huh?
I tell only you my secrets, Lieutenant.
Yeah, I know. Look, Mike, this can be very big or nothing. I'll call you at 3 o'clock.
Okay, Donovan.
Joe, give me the FBI.
Right, Lieutenant.
Ace Lupo.
Hello?
Mr. Kovac?
Yeah.
I was to call you. When may I come by for the negative, Mr. Kovac? I have your 500 retainer.
Who am I talking to?
Is that important?
Sure, it's important. I don't accept jobs from anonymous employers.
It really doesn't matter, Mr. Kovac, who I am or the identity of my client if...
All right. But I can't see you till after 3.
After 3? But you told me you'd sell at noon. Is that now?
I said call at noon. Now it's after 3. I'm busy till then. After that, I'm free.
All right. See you then.
I knew my stall sounded weak, and if Donovan was right about Lupo, I could expect some rough stuff. To play it safe, I took the negative of the picture Ellen shot in the nightclub and hid it where I thought it would be safe.
Hello, Mike.
Hello. You looking for someone?
You.
Yeah? Well, that's the nicest thing that's happened to me all day. What about?
To find out if you work for my, fiancé?
You know, I don't want to seem ungrateful or anything like that, but I expected somebody else. And not so early.
I like to be early. No surprises that way. Here's the money. The negative, please.
What happened to,
He's busy. Well?
Why is it worth so much money?
I'm a homewrecker. Isn't that what the man said?
Well, that's just about what he said, yeah.
Then believe him. And it's all tax-free.
It's not enough. Miss, what'd you say your name was?
You don't need it. And please don't get too greedy, Mike.
Why?
Because you're probably a very nice boy. You can make a good thing out of being at the wrong place at the right time. Don't stretch it.
If it's worth $500, then I figure it's worth $5,000.
You should have quit at $500.
Why?
Because at that price, maybe you didn't know. But at $5,000, I know that you do.
Oh, wait a minute. Know what?
I'm sorry. It's going to be messy.
Hey! You forgot this!
Hey, now, wait a minute.
The negative, Mike?
You know, we were just dickering here. I got greedy, all right. So let's bargain.
Yes, indeed you were, Mike. We thought you were stalling, that's why we came a little early. But I still hope that you hadn't made any prints.
Prints of what?
The negative, Mike.
What negative?
Now, the lady asked you nice, Mr. Kovac. Now, you want to get smashed up?
No, I don't want to get smashed up.
Then tell the lady.
I gave it to a friend.
Ain't nothing on him.
Here's his dark room.
We didn't find the negative, Mike. Feeling better?
I feel lousy. A blonde and two goons walk into my life and make it miserable.
Where is it?
Where's what?
No, Beth. We're not going to get anywhere that way. We'll take him with us. Unless, of course, he remembers.
Remembers what?
The negative, silly.
What negative?
You're being very foolish. All right, you're going to travel.
You say that Ace Lupo disappeared 3 months ago, huh? Haven't any idea where he is now? Well, I've got a photograph of someone that I think is him. He was in this city as of last night. Uh-huh. All right, I'll send the picture and details over right away. Thank you.
Lieutenant, they brought in that mugging suspect for you to talk to.
Okay. Where the devil is Mike Kovac? You knew I was going to call him a tree. Joe, keep trying to get Mike. I'll take the call in the green room. Get this picture over to the Federal Bureau. They're expecting it.
Yes, sir.
Well, hello there.
Why'd you bring him here?
Because he knows about Mr. Lupo. Won't turn over the negative and may have tipped off the cops.
Mr. Lupo won't like this.
Well, you know something? I don't like it either.
Shut up.
Wait here. Lupo. That was Monique and the boys. They didn't get the negative.
No negative?
No, sir.
I told you to get it from that girl last night.
I tried, Lupo. You know that.
You tried. What are you, a Boy Scout? I don't pay you to try. I pay you to do.
I don't like Kovac having that negative any better than you do. I've got a reputation to think about. I've got a respectable practice. Nobody knows.
That you're fronting for me? No, nobody knows it. But this Kovac's gonna find out. Then what good do you think you'll be to me?
Well, she couldn't get it from him either, Lupo. And now she's brought him here.
Brought him here? That stupid dame? All right. I'll get it from him. Send him in.
Inside.
Hey.
Shut up.
Well, what else could I do? He knows.
You got something I want, fella.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Now, why don't we just talk this thing over? Biff, go pour a drink and bring me an aspirin. I got a headache. What's your pleasure?
Not thirsty.
You're not very sociable, are you?
That's not why I'm here, is it?
It's no wonder I got a headache. I got to do all the thinking around here. So you know who I am? Tell me, why didn't you take the 500 for the negative and let it go at that?
He wants $5,000. Well, that's how I knew that he knew who you were.
I was just dickering. I figured I was in a bargaining position.
Your position isn't very good now, is it, fella? Suppose I were to pay you $5,000. Think you have sense enough to keep your mouth shut?
Sure. I want to enjoy the money.
Don't believe him, Lupo. He's probably gone to the police with it. Probably made a dozen prints.
How many?
One. That's only because I'm naturally curious.
All right, I'll pay you $5,000 for the negative and the print.
Not now, you won't. It was $5,000 before the beating.
So make it 10. How do we get it?
I gotta go back to my apartment.
Oh, no. You stay here. I'll send one of the boys.
Yeah, then what? You box me up one of those crates out there?
All right, I'll make you this kind of a deal. I get the negative and the print. You get $10,000, you go free. Now, if the cops don't come for me, I'll know you had sense enough to keep your mouth shut. But if they do, and if they get me, remember, I got ways of catching up with you, understand?
Sounds all right. If you mean it.
Of course I mean it. I give you my word. I get the negative and the print. You get $10,000, go free, okay?
No. You worry me.
Look, I said that was it. You know, I could get rid of you right now and take my chances. What's it gonna be, boy?
Well, hey, you know, this is a pretty nice apartment. Did you decorate it? Good taste.
I'm artistic.
All right, fella. What's it gonna be? You tell me where it is, I send one of the boys for it. You go free. You don't tell me, I'll see to it that you have plenty of trouble starting now.
Look, Lupo.
All right, boys, that's it.
Wait a minute. Okay. I'll take your word.
All right, fella. It's better.
It's another floor mat in my car. It's a station wagon parked in front of the building I live in.
Keys, please. Hey, you know, all of a sudden, my headache's gone. That's powerful stuff. And you're right. She does have good taste. And good sense, too, for bringing you here. She's a real smart girl.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yes, sir, I'll tell him. He'll get right back to you.
Did you get in touch with Kovac?
No, sir. Just got a call from the Federal Bureau. They definitely identify Lupo in the photograph and want to talk to Kovac. But I haven't been able to reach him. They've been calling him, too.
Funny, Mike not being home when he said he would be.
I said you'd get in touch with him.
They're trying to get him. We're trying to get him. He was expecting my call.
Now, Lupo's no fool. Do you think that...
I'm thinking that Lupo's no fool and that he's vicious. Call the Bureau back. Tell him I'm on the way to Kovac's apartment. I don't want to waste any more time.
Yes, sir.
Sure you won't have something to eat?
I'm not hungry.
What's keeping Al? You should have been back by now.
Traffic is heavy at this hour. Unless Mike is lying and he didn't find the negative.
Or walked into a trap.
No, I think Mike's too smart to try to pull anything like that.
Yeah, real smart. That's why I'm here.
There he is. This is it, all right.
All right, now that you got the negative, do I get out of here?
The print. What'd you do with the print?
Lupo, you gave me your word.
Sure, I give you my word, and I'm going to keep it just like you kept yours. All right, boys.
All right, hold it.
Lupo, the police will find him.
Quit worrying about it. The boys know what they're doing. They'll put him in the deep freeze.
Hold it. Hey, what is this? Putting you on ice, buddy. Hold it!
That was a shot.
Sure. As soon as it gets dark, the boys will dump him in the river.
Wait a minute. If the shot was inside the icebox, we couldn't hear it. But we did. That was an outside shot.
You're right.
One of those guys outside your popping tail at me. What are you doing?
I'm looking for this guy's gun.
Hey, there he is.
Duck down.
Come back here. All right, get up.
Donovan, get him.
Hey, hold it! Mike, you all right?
Still in one piece here.
Where is it?
Where is what? Get out of here, both of you.
I'm quite serious. Where is it?
When my husband finds out
Maybe
about
you'll
this...
think twice when he does find out.
Man with a Camera. Starring Charles Bronson.
I'm Mike Kovac, photographer. When I arrived at the airport in San Diego, my police detective friend Ed Kern was there to meet me. Ed had telephoned me yesterday in New York. He wanted to hire me. He said it was urgent, so I had flown out to meet him on the West Coast.
Well, it's about my wife, Jill. She's missing, and I want you to find her for me.
Ed, you're a policeman. You've got 1,000 buddies on the force. Why do you want me?
Well, the thing is, when we were married, there was a lot of talk, even in the department. See, the first time I ever met Jill is when I arrested her. She was working for a cheap chiseler who was running a phony escort service. I brought her in, booked her, and got her to talk. Then this fresh kid in the prosecutor's office tried to build himself a case. He twisted everything around so it looked like she was part of the racket, but it wasn't true. She was just hungry and scared and broke. And the newspaper said I married her to avoid testifying.
Did you?
No. No, I didn't. Look, Mike, I love Jill. That's why I married her. It's why I called on you. If I turn this over to missing persons, it'll be in the newspaper tomorrow, and they'll drag her right back through that muck all over again. Well, that's fine. It's okay. If it brought her back.
You're asking me to do something you don't think your own department can?
No, I'm only asking you to believe the same thing I do. Look, Mike, I know the routine. The husband comes home early and finds his wife missing. 99 times out of 100, it's one of three things. She's either gone on a spree with a joint bank account, gone home to mother, or she skipped with another guy. Well, our bank account hasn't got enough money for her to get 4 miles. And she doesn't have a mother.
What about the third possibility? Okay, Ed. I believe. I'll play it your way. Last time you saw Jill was when?
Day before yesterday. She drove me down to the station to catch the train for L.A. I got back yesterday noon. I didn't even call her and tell her I was getting back early. Look, Mike, she just wasn't here. She hasn't been here in 2 nights.
Take it easy.
Easy. That's easy for you to say.
Jill had no idea you could wrap up your case in 1 day, huh?
What are you trying to say, Mike?
Ed, let's pretend I'm the law. I'll ask the questions and you answer them.
Okay.
Well?
Well, she figured I'd be gone for 4 or 5 days. It's what I told her. Then, on the other hand... Mike, you don't think, but...
I don't think anything yet. What's the matter with you? What about family?
No, she hasn't got any as far as I know. Well, that is except a brother in El Paso, Texas, by the name of Bob I've never met. But you can forget that because I called him.
Any chance he might have followed you to L.A.?
No, not L.A. or any place else. Look, I checked out the bus depot, the airport, the railroad station. I even checked out the taxi reports. Look, Mike, this is my wife, Jill. I'm married to her. I know how this girl thinks. 2 years next month. Must be that kid next door. I'm just jumpy at everything.
Well, let's not just stand around beating our gums. You hired me to find your wife, though, so let's check out her routines.
Look, Mike, I told you.
I said let's check out her routines. What'd she do on Tuesday?
I mean, she comes in here same as every Tuesday, only her wash isn't ready. Like maybe an hour, the truck will be back. So she says, okay, she'll take her car to the station down the block and have it washed and lubed. Well, like I said, an hour. Only her wash is here and she never shows up.
What else she say?
Well, like what?
Anything. Come on, squeeze your brain. Everything she said.
Well, like we talked. Like I kidded her about how it's lonely being married to a cop, and she kids back about how she's going to make some changes.
What do you mean by that crack?
Well, that's what she said.
I said, what do you mean?
Take it easy, Ed.
I want to know what he meant by that crack.
I didn't say nothing.
Come on, let's get out of here.
You think like all the rest of them. What do you know about Jill? What do you care?
Ed, from now on, this is my case alone. You understand that?
Okay. Mike, I'm scared. I'm really scared.
You haven't got time to be scared.
What do you mean?
We either get a lead in the next couple of hours, or you put out an all-points bulletin.
I can't go to the department. I told you I've decided what...
You haven't got the right to decide. Now, I'd like to use your car. I gotta check that gas station, a couple other places. I'll drop you up at headquarters.
Sure. Oh, Mike. Better drop me off at a house. I gotta testify at a hearing, and I've been in this for a couple of days. Mike, you gotta find her for me. No matter where she's gone or why, you gotta find her.
I took Ed home so he could change clothes. I was going on to the service station where Jill had her car washed and lubed. Car wash remembered Jill. She was a regular customer. And the last time in, she had her car washed, lubed, and steam cleaned, and she'd left a package. He was saving it for her in the office.
I took it off the front seat when I washed the car. Forgot to give it to her when she left. You'd think she'd come back for this had she known she lost it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd think that. Yeah? Ed was still testifying in court. I waited outside the courtroom to tell him what I'd learned about Jill.
Hiya, Mike. Find anything?
Maybe something, maybe nothing. But I know where Jill went after she left you off at the station.
Where?
Tijuana.
Tijuana? What for?
To buy this. Maybe it's a present for you. You know, Tijuana's only a half hour from here. This is the bill. It says 1 pair of initialed cufflinks.
There's only one thing wrong, Mike.
What?
This isn't my initial.
That's the initial R. Whose initial is R?
Mike, do you think maybe this is some guy...
No. And don't you start thinking that either. I'll belt you one, Ed. Now, when are you through here?
Oh, I have to wait till they call me.
When you're all done, hang around the office. I might be calling.
Yeah, sure.
From San Diego, I went across the border to Tijuana, over the trail that Jill might have taken. I wanted to check the little shop where she had bought the cufflinks. The cufflinks with the wrong initial.
There's something I can show you?
Looking for the manager.
I am the owner.
Oh, then you're Mr. Ganser.
Yes, that's right.
Remember the woman that bought these day before yesterday?
Well, we have so many customers. Another shop, perhaps.
Your shop. Signed and dated.
Yes, apparently you're right. This is my handwriting and the lady's name and address. The customary duplicate form, protection for the tourists. Yes, I do remember her now. Excellent taste. Hand-buffed silver, the cufflinks. A birthday gift.
For who?
Oh, of course I did not ask her. I'm sorry I cannot be of help to you.
I'll just keep that.
Yes, of course.
Thanks.
You're from the San Diego police, no doubt.
Why?
Merely your questions.
Well, you might just say that I'm a husband looking for his wife. That is, if you know anybody that's interested.
Of course. In fact, you can rely on it.
That's just what I'll do, Mr. Ganser. Rely on it. A wire photo of Senor Ganser was on its way from the news bureau in Tijuana. I had telephoned Ed, and he was standing by in San Diego waiting for the picture to come in. Ed? I'm sorry you had to go to the news service office, but I think this picture's important.
Does he know you got his picture?
No. I used a miniature camera set. Looks like a cigarette lighter. Now, this is the dope. Carl Ganser. Ganza. He's got a gift shop down here. Check him out for me, will you? Find out where he's from, who he is, and if he's mixed up in any border rackets like dope, hot cars, even parakeets. And Ed, don't get your hopes too high, but I threw out some bait, and I think maybe they swallowed it. But it's still just a guess.
Hey, Mike.
Hold on a minute.
Down there by that hat stand. I've seen him around, Mike. He's no tourist. So why is he nosing around that display?
That's a good question. Oh, yeah. Gan's shop. Jack, develop this, blow it up, and send it out over the wire, will you?
Right.
Ed, I've got another one for you. It might take a while, though. Now, this guy I don't know, so you're going to have to mug him through the files. And hurry up on it, will you, Ed? And I'll call you back later at your office. Oh, what you were worried about, forget it. On my way back to San Diego, I stopped at the border to check out a hunch with the customs authorities.
Kovac. Sure, New York, right?
Right.
You on a case down here?
Oh, just sort of checking out a theory for a friend.
Smuggling over the line here? Well, I don't say it can't be done. But that's why we're here, to stop it.
Well, look, this is just an idea. Let's see if it makes sense. Now, suppose a housewife leaves San Diego, drives to Tijuana to buy a gift for a friend. Something like a pair of cufflinks. And she finds what she wants in a shop. Now, the clerk wraps it up and gives her a receipt.
Customary procedure. That's for us. Valuation check at customs.
Well, now he writes her name and address on the receipt.
No reason for that at all.
You mean if it's legitimate? But suppose they want a carbon of the address for later. While the clerk is wrapping the gift and making out the receipt, another man is hiding something in her car. Now, she innocently crosses the border and goes home. And later, the smugglers go to the car, take the stuff out, and just walk away.
Not out of the car. They wouldn't take a chance on her finding it. They more than likely tape it under the car.
Yeah. Sure. Under the car. Would it work?
No.
Why not?
We've got boys below the border that know when shipments are going to be made. We usually know just when and where to look.
Well, suppose you didn't know when and where to look. Our housewife could get through, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Harry?
Yes, sir.
Listen, have the boys start checking under more cars.
Under the car?
That's right, under. I don't care how much time it takes.
Okay.
Mike, the rundown on Gonza doesn't show much. U.S. citizen, no felony convictions, no known connection with the rackets. The other guy's something else again. He's a tough baby. Joe Huss, alias Joe Hart, armed assault, terror, hot homicide, New Orleans. He's up for grabs.
That figures. Ed, these are our boys, all right. We'll have to make the move at your end. Now listen. Give me a half hour, then head for that car wash where Jill had her car cleaned.
What happens to you?
Well, I'm gonna let them catch the mechanical rabbits. And I got a hunch you're not gonna like the taste.
Okay, Mike.
Okay. You're caught up with me. I'm ready to make a deal.
Sure, it's bargain day. I'm listening.
You take me to Jill and I'll get you the stuff.
That's the right idea. Just twist it around a little. First the diamonds.
Okay. Your car.
What are you trying to pull, my friend? Why here?
Because this is the only place they could be. Jill didn't know the diamonds were stuck under the car. I had told Ed to meet me at the car wash in half an hour. But he wasn't around. I'd have to stall.
In here?
No. No, I don't think so.
You don't think? You have maybe 60 seconds to make up your mind.
Let's see. Jill had her car steam cleaned. Must have happened then. Yeah.
Well, let me kill him right now.
What would you prefer? A dead man or $160,000 in diamonds? There'll be time later.
This whole setup smells like an act to me.
We're through waiting.
What about Jill?
The diamonds. No talk. No bargains.
Well, now listen.
Jill had the car steam cleaned. Like this, see? And I figure that it steamed all the dirt and grease out from under the car, including your little bag of goodies. Now, it's probably right down in here.
There's nothing here. He stole it. Now, wait a minute. I got something.
Hi, Dan.
I wasn't worried for a minute. When a girl's married to a detective, what you got to be afraid of? I knew Ed would find me.
Well, really, sweetie, it wasn't me.
You are married to a fine cop. The best. Jill, I think this belongs to you.
Oh, Bob's present. Now it'll be late for his birthday.
Bob's? Sure, Robert. Her brother. What a great cop I am.
Yeah, what a great cop you are. I asked you to meet me at that car wash. Where were you?
I was there, Mike. I thought I'd lay low, maybe they'd spill to you.
And if they had shot me instead?
Well, that's the chance I had to take.
You had to take.
Charles Bronson.
Miss Adams, I want you to get off a letter to Eddie Chris of the Atlas Heavy Equipment Company. Reminding me he promised to level that property in 1 day, and if he doesn't deliver, I'll personally wrap a crane around his skull. Get that all in, and I'll make it polite, huh? I'll get right to the point, Mr. Kovac. I want you to stop a murder.
Whose?
My daughter. 16, beautiful, spoiled rotten. I did the spoiling. Why? Well, since my wife died, she's all I've got. Yeah, I know. I'm Big Barney O'Neill, ex-ditch digger, self-made millionaire. I'm a big man. I can wear a tuxedo, and I know what fork to use. But lay a hand on my kid, and I'll kill you.
Mr. O'Neill, if somebody's threatening your daughter, it's a job for the police.
No, I want cops. I'll send for cops. This is a job for you, Mike. There's a picture angle. I ask, in the right places. They gave me one name, Mike Kovac.
I haven't said I'd take the job yet.
15 years ago, my wife and I adopted Terry from Hathaway House. It's no secret. She knows. This morning, this came.
Dear sir, I believe I have some information about your adopted daughter which will be of interest to you. May I have the pleasure of calling on you tomorrow morning? Robert J. Willings, private investigator.
This was in it. That's what Terry looked like when they gave her to us.
Where's the original?
That's why I called you. The original of that picture is in the confidential file of Hathaway House. How'd this fellow Willings get hold of it, and what does he want? I'll tell you. It's a shakedown. I can smell it a mile. And if he tries it, I'll kill him. Now, you know what I meant when I said I wanted you to stop a murder.
Well, if you're right, you definitely ought to call in the police.
No, you're wrong. I'll tell you why. My little girl's life is all planned. She's going to have the darndest coming out party this town has ever seen. Then she's going to get engaged. Then she's going to get married to a nice boy from a fine family. At a hotel I now own, where 30 years ago I dug ditches for the foundation.
Mr. O'Neill, the more you tell me, the more important I think it is that you call in the police.
Police mean headlines, Mike. They'll smear this and spoil it. I'm not going to have it spoiled. Well, this thing has got me all mixed up inside. I want to protect her and I want to kill. You're a man who understands these things. You've got to help. Thank you.
Mr. O'Neill is just one of thousands of parents who have adopted a child from this institution. Despite his present importance, he has no special authority.
Who has access to these files, Mrs. Carrington?
No one but me, Mr. Kovac.
Is there more than one set of keys?
I have the only key. And the final contents are kept confidential even from my staff.
Then how do you explain this?
Where did you get this?
It came in the mail this morning. Mr. O'Neill asked me to check it. Something the matter?
Someone's been in my closed file, I can tell. The folders are all out of order, see?
The O'Neill file still here?
I don't know. Yes, here. Here it is. Mr. Kovac, these folders contain the most complete and confidential information about each adoption. The name, the age, and the description of each child, the name of the natural mother, the name and address of the adoptive parent.
Do you have any idea who could have broken into these files?
I don't know. But don't you see? In the wrong hands, this could be a cruel weapon. What are you going to do?
We'll have to call the police, Mrs. Carrington.
Oh, no. Please don't. Don't you realize what's at stake? In every city, there are thousands of parents with adopted children, and thousands more waiting for their turn. If this gets out...
I'm calling Lieutenant Donovan. He's a friend of mine. I'm sure we can trust him.
I can't trust anyone, not even you.
Why weren't the records kept in a safer place?
What place would be safe from people who'd stoop so low as to exploit the love of parents for a child? Hang up the phone, Mr. Kovac. Please. Yes? Yes. It's for you.
Kovac,
What did you find out?
I'll have to hold it until I see you.
Well, that character Willings just called. Said he wanted to verify our date. It's at 10 tomorrow morning. You want a ringside seat for an execution. Don't be late.
Mrs. Carrington, you've got to trust me, and I'll try to help you as much as I can. Now, tell me something. Has this place ever been broken into?
Yes. About 3 months ago, my desk. Some vagrant. Somebody got in here, but only the cash box was broken into.
No, that's where you're wrong. Somebody also broke into the files and photographed the records.
Photographed?
This is how they got the duplicate picture of the baby. Did you report the robbery?
No. The janitor did. They hit him, but he came to and called the police.
Did he see anyone?
No. He was hit from behind. And all this time, we thought we'd lost only $28.
Mrs. Carrington, whoever broke into the files has had time to plan every step.
Oh.
Now, please, you got to get hold of yourself. Don't talk to anybody. Don't answer any questions. We have one advantage. They think that nobody knows that they photographed the records or that a victim complained. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, here's my card.
Thank you, Mr. Kovac.
All right, then, Mr. O'Neill. You count me out. If you're going to use muscle, get another boy.
Simmer down. I'm just not used to being told what to do.
Well, there's more involved than the O'Neill dynasty. There are other people, parents with adopted children. They've got as much at stake as you. They don't know it, but I'm working for them, too.
Okay, so I sound it off. Look, Mike, let's start even. Call your shot.
You'll do what I tell you to do? Well, it's either that or I take a walk and you get yourself another boy.
Okay. You tell this ditch digger where you want him to swing a pick.
The first thing to do was obvious. Get a look at this fellow Willings, hear his story, and get a picture or two for identification.
I thought I could talk to you alone, Mr. O'Neill.
We are alone, Mr. Willings. Those characters from the old country doesn't understand a word of English. All right, I got your letter. What's on your mind?
Well, you might say that this is the end of the mission for me, Mr. O'Neill.
That's so?
Yes, I represent a client who for the last 15 years has devoted every living moment of her life to a crusade.
You mean she's been trying to find a baby?
Yes, Mr. O'Neill, her baby. And now the crusader waits at the gate.
Oh, come on. You can talk plainer than that. What do you really want?
I want nothing. But let me talk to you about a woman who is also a mother. 15 years ago, while under the stress and strain of panic, she gave up a child, a little girl. A small, soft bundle of innocence she relinquished to strangers.
You talking about my daughter?
Our daughter. A little child wrapped in a blue woolen blanket with the initials A.L. embroidered in one corner. For 15 years, every walking, working moment of her life has been dedicated to finding her, and as luck would have it, she did.
Luck or you, Mr. Willings?
Well, let's just say that I was helpful, and let's just say that all she wants now is to look at her. Just to look at her. Now, surely that's not asking too much.
No, it isn't. But after that, then what?
Why, nothing. She returns to the shadows from which she came.
Just like that?
Just like that. Oh, surely you can find the kindness in your heart to grant this poor woman this simple wish. Would you believe that she spent close to $20,000 of her hard-earned money finding her? But it would be worth it. For her.
And for you?
Oh, I don't matter in this. I'm just an instrument.
You play a pretty expensive tune.
We ask for nothing. Material, that is. We realize that as the natural mother, she has no legal claim whatsoever.
The answer is no.
Of course. You're quite within your rights to say no. To her, to me, to anyone. You mustn't spoil the plans you have for pretty little Terry.
Where does a man like you come from?
And it's where I'm going that matters, isn't it, Mr. O'Neill? But surely, after spending $20,000, you can't object to my client waiting outside the school where your daughter is a student and just catching a glimpse of her, just talking to her, perhaps touching her, possibly holding her in her arms for a final moment of farewell?
You're really one of a kind, Mr. Woodings.
Now, my client agrees with you. As it happens, she's just outside. May I bring her in? Thank you. Names are not important, Miss O'Neill. Merely let me say that this is Terry's mother.
Pleased to meet you.
How'd she get out of the drunk tank?
Suffering, Mr. O'Neill? Just plain suffering has brought this poor woman to the state you're seeing her in. But who's to deny her the healing miracle of brother love? You, Mr. O'Neill?
Get out!
Just as you say, sir. That's the St. Martin's School for Girls, isn't it, sir? Come, my dear.
That dirty, miserable chiseler.
It's embarrassment. $20,000 worth of embarrassment.
Well, what are you going to do about it, Mike?
Well, I don't know. I haven't dealt with anything like this before.
You better do something fast. A woman like that with my Terry.
How'd it go? Well, the man inside was supposed to be a masseur. I don't buy it. Wait for him, follow him, you understand?
I understand.
Who are you and why have you been following me?
I'm a tourist.
didn't make much sense over the phone, you're making even less now. There's no reason why I shouldn't stake out the O'Neill place and pick up Willings and the woman.
We don't know how many others are involved in this shakedown. You pick up Willings and the woman, the others just take off with a duplicate file. That'll give them a nice start someplace else, like Chicago or Los Angeles. You know, children from that Hathaway house are scattered all over the country.
So far, all you've done is waste a lot of time. You shot a whole lot of pictures. Some hood picks up your camera case, gets away with it. You're batting 0.
That hood picked up a camera case full of flower studies in color. But he didn't get this.
You know, sometimes you must even surprise yourself. Okay, I'll take it down to the lab and see if I can get a make on Willings and the woman.
Yeah?
Mr. Kovac, I'm afraid there's been another contact. Mr. Douglas Morley called me and said that he's just received a special delivery letter. And a Mr. Willings is coming to see him tomorrow about noon. They adopted a baby from here a little more than 2 years ago.
Would you give me that name again, please?
Douglas Morley, Vulcan Laboratories.
I got it. Now, please try not to worry, Mrs. Carrington.
Thank you, Mr. Kovac.
It's all right. It's all right. Goodbye. Mrs. Carrington. She says Willings has contacted Douglas Morley. If they're working that fast, they could be using the same woman. Now, you let me get a picture of her, and that's all we'll need.
Too much of a long shot. I'm picking them up.
A picture, Donovan.
Mike, I'm the police. You're a bachelor with a dark room and a hunch.
But it'll work. I know it'll work.
No dice.
Donovan, wait a minute. Give me until noon tomorrow. Just until noon.
Forget it, Mike. I'm taking over.
Mr. Kovac,
Yes.
I'm Terry O'Neill.
Come on in. Oh, this is Lieutenant Donovan.
Oh, yeah, miss.
Won't you sit down?
Weren't you supposed to keep the police out of this?
How did you know that?
I saw and heard everything that happened in my father's den. I told him I was there. Mr. Kovac, is that woman my mother?
Well, Terry, I can't say. I don't know.
Why is my father willing to pay this woman $20,000 just so she'll go away?
What?
$20,000? Has he paid it yet?
No, but he will. Says it's worth it not to have my life spoiled. Willings came back to talk to Dad after you left. And when you were there, he was ready to kill him.
Maybe this is the break we need, Mike. When he hands over the money, we grab him.
It won't work, Lieutenant. I heard Mr. Willings talk about selling my father some stock. My father's paying him $20,000 for it.
Can he get away with that, Lieutenant?
Smart gimmick, Mike. Con man buys a lot of worthless stock. Sells it to the mark for whatever he can squeeze out of them. Even if we pinch him, they got a record of a legitimate transaction.
You mean to tell me the victim pays $20,000 for worthless stock?
Stupid. Hard to prove illegal.
Mr. Kovac, she's not my mother, is she?
Terry, no mother would do a thing like this to a child. Donovan?
Till noon.
Mr. Willings, we have an appointment with Mr. Morley.
Oh, yes, Mr. Willings. Park your car over there, please.
Thank you, officer.
I got another picture of Willings and the woman without revealing myself. But when I developed it, I was in for an unpleasant surprise. Okay, so I'm wrong. But if it had been the same woman, we would have had to charge a fraud against them.
I keep telling you that you can't fly a bomber solo. Now, for your information, I just talked to Mr. Douglas Morley on the phone. Guess what he told me? He doesn't know any Mr. Willings. Never heard of him, never saw him. For me to mind my own business.
Willings was there.
Sure he was. If you ask me, he'll be back this afternoon for the payoff. Not a bad day's work, 40 grand.
Donovan, we gotta find out a way to stop them.
There's no way with that stock gimmick. The victim unwilling to testify? Let me tell you something, Mike. By the time the gang works their way to California, they're gonna collect about $1 million. They sure know how to make photography pay off.
Well, wait a minute. I must be blind. Donovan, take a look at this. You see anything?
Larger version of what I saw before?
No, here and here. It's the same woman. She changed everything. The hair, the makeup, the clothes, but not the earrings.
You've made a very shrewd deal, Mr. Morley, and profitable in more ways than one. With this money, this unhappy woman who gave up a child in a moment of despair will be able to travel away from the scene of her unhappiness, and in time, her wound will heal.
Mr. Willings, you remember me?
Can't say I do.
Quite a coincidence, huh, Donovan?
What are you talking about? Who are these men?
This woman happens to be not only the mother of Terry O'Neill, who was 17 her last birthday, but also the mother of the Morley baby. And she's willing to forget both of them at $20,000 apiece. Come on, you two.
Hey! Over here!
Lady, you'll be better off if you tell us where the copies of those files are.
Give me a break and I'll tell you everything.
You know, Lieutenant, I wish you would give me about 5 minutes more.
I give you already $1,500. Always you want more. More. What for you need so much?
Look, Metro Victor, we're all through this.
I don't like this, you understand? I don't like for to be made monkey. Where's my girl you promise? Where's my bride, huh? 1 month, 2 months, all the time. She coming soon. She coming soon. I get angry now. No more money. No more money. You show me girl or I go to police. You hear that? I go to police.
Metro Victor, you go to the police and you lose not only your bride and your 2 front teeth, you'll be deported for plotting to violate the immigration laws. I'd be embarrassed to show your bride a bridegroom who needs a lot of dental work. Now, you get the rest of that money up here pronto, do you hear? Or things will happen.
I'm Mike Kovac, photographer. A friend from the old neighborhood, Father Ehrlich, telephoned and asked me if I could help out a member of his parish. He said it was a delicate problem. It had something to do with love.
I don't like be pushed around, you understand? I don't make trouble. I good citizen, Father, but I no like be pushed around.
How'd you find out about this place, Mr. Metrovic?
My name is Jan. They have, how you call it, advertisement in all country paper.
I called you in, Michael, because Jan doesn't want to go to the police.
Why not? Are you afraid of these men, Jan?
No, I no afraid. I want girl. Mr. Fowler tell me girl coming on board. I don't want police to stop.
Why would the police want to stop her?
They told him at the marriage office that the quota for his country was full for 2 years. In order to get the girl into this country, they would have to make arrangements.
They want money for immigration man, for ticket, for steamboat captain. $1,500 now.
And you call yourself a good citizen. You know you're breaking the law?
I am lonesome man, Mr. Kovac. American girls not like foreigner like me.
Jan, my mother married a foreigner.
Mr. Fowler say he try very hard to find American girl. Then he show me picture. Then letter from girl Anna to me, how she want to come and be my bride.
Very pretty girl. I don't blame you much. Beograd, huh?
It's Belgrade, capital city you call it.
Belgrade. You know this street in Belgrade?
Oh, yes.
How about the photography shop?
It was the picture that made me think of you, Michael. You work with the police. You know how to do things like this. I persuaded Jan he would be better off to spend some of the money he has left for you to find out if there is going to be a bride.
Well, I don't expect you to work for nothing, Mr. Kovac. I pay you what I can.
I'll tell you what, Jan. If I get your money back for you, you can pay me out of that. But if your girl gets here, you can invite me to dance at your wedding, okay?
All right.
I'm going to take this picture with me. But don't worry about it. I'll get it back to you.
He nice man. I like him.
A little steam would get the print off the backing. The supply companies were putting out new types of photographic papers these days, and I wanted to compare the paper of the photograph Jan Metrovic gave me with the type I had been using. Parla inglés? Sprechen Sie English? Habla usted English? Well, maybe not, baby, but I got a hunch you don't speak Jan's language either.
Yeah, I know the paper, Mike. Happens to have an embossment. It's a new one. It's good and cheap.
Yeah, I'll bet it is.
Well, some people like it. I haven't pushed it to you because it's not your type of stuff. If you want some of it, I can always order.
How long has it been on the market? Sid, what I really want to know is it possible a shop in Europe, say like in Belgrade, could be using this paper?
No, I hardly think so. They get a lot of their stuff from Germany or Czechoslovakia. They develop a lot of papers over there. They import a few of ours. But no, I don't see how. This is only out a couple of months. 3, 4 at most.
Okay, thanks, Sid.
Hey, Mike, that's a beautiful gal.
Yeah?
I'm in the wrong end of this business. All I ever get to see is salesmen. There's the pretty one in the lot.
Keeps you honest.
Hey, that's good?
She bugs me. I know I've seen her before.
Yes, I have too.
And not in Belgrade, I'll tell you that.
Not unless they've changed the name of New York without telling me.
Van, the reason I came to you, she might be a model. The way she holds herself.
Well, she's not a top model, that's for sure. I've never used her. But, Mike, it's funny. I can hear her voice. I know I've talked with her.
You think she might have been in here looking for work?
Could be. Honey, bring me the file on the girls who've been in on interviews in the past, say 6 months. Say, Mike, I didn't know you were the model-chasing type. A man with your reputation.
Well, that's because I'm mercenary. I do anything for money, even chasing models.
This girl in trouble?
Oh, I don't know, but she's causing trouble for somebody else. Sad trouble.
Thanks, dear. Oh, there are a lot of girls in this city, Mike.
I don't want a lot of girls, just one.
Yes, I know, but, hey, how about this one?
Yeah, that's her.
Her name's Jane Cowan. She's brought in here by one of my regular girls, Joyce Whitman. Say, I remember her now. She's Joyce's roommate. Pixie face, good figure. I wonder why I know... Oh, I know now why I didn't use her.
Why?
She can't sit still. You know the type, Mike. A model has to take directions, not give them to the photographer.
Where can I get a hold of it?
There's a rush?
No, time's money.
Honey, where's Joyce Whitman working today?
Okay, honey, that looks pretty good. Let's see how the light is here. Mm-hmm. All right, let's try that. See what we get here. Now hold it. Just a second. All right. Okay. That's a good one. All right. I just need 2 girls now. Joyce and Edna, you can take 5. Okay, now, honey, you come over here, please. Right over here next to her and open up a little bit. Yeah, give me this, and I'll come to that. Wind up again with this. Okay, let's try it once.
Uh-oh.
Hold it.
A peeper.
Move. See a second.
Are you sure you're in the right place?
No peepers allowed?
Well, hello, Mike.
Hey, Max. Sorry to bother you.
Well, that's all right, Mike. Anytime. It's all right, Joyce. This is Mike Kovac.
Mr. Kovac, I'm sorry. I didn't know
Joyce? Joyce Whitman?
Why, yes, Mr. Kovac.
Oh, I'm looking for your roommate, Jane Cowan.
Jane, she's here on this job with me. If you have some work for her, she could sure use it.
She's already working and doesn't know it. When it's convenient for you, Max.
Okay, girls, take 5. Janie, come here a second, will you? He wants to talk to you.
Jane, honey, this is Mr. Kovac, Mr. Mike Kovac.
Hello, Jane.
So?
Oh,
This your picture, Jane?
Yeah, it's me. Is that a crime or something? I mean, don't I have enough clothes on or what? Who are you anyhow?
Well, take it easy. I just want to ask you something.
Go ahead and ask. I got nothing to hide.
Well, what I wanted to ask, I already know the answer to. But were you ever in Belgrade?
Belgrade? Where's that? Someplace in the Catskills?
Catskills. I'm pretty sure the 2 guys that employed her are the same 2 characters that run the bridal office.
Told her they were importers of folk dresses, huh?
That's right. And to a professional model, it sounds legit enough.
How many girls do they use?
Just one that time. Each pose and a dress from a different country. They must have about a dozen suckers on a string.
As long as they're suckers, they'll be bunco artists. I can't do anything without a complaint.
Well, I'll get your complaint.
The girl?
No, I told her not to do anything until she heard from me. Now, she's got a mind of her own. You know, she's a fighter, one of those battlers. Lieutenant, I got a gimmick I want to try.
Now, Mike, watch yourself. Most bunco men fade when the going gets tough. They don't like the rough stuff. But there's always an exception. And from the way they handled your boy Metrovic,
These boys look like it.
Don't worry, Lieutenant. My gimmick involved a visit to the Bride's Unlimited office. I wanted to get in there and get a modern look at their old country operation. I also wanted to sneak some pictures. A loud old-fashioned tie was the perfect cover for a miniature camera. I had a harness designed to hold the camera and a tie pin to camouflage the lens. I'd used it before. And if I was lucky, my picture taking wouldn't be noticed.
This mark's about due to pay up.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't come in tomorrow, I'll give him a call.
All right, Buster, I want them all.
I beg your pardon, miss. Just what is it you want?
The pictures. The pictures, remember? Mr. Smart importer of folksy dresses. I want them all.
You're making a mistake, young lady.
Is that right?
That's right, so why don't you just leave?
You want me to just blow up and disappear while you make monkeys out of little foreigners with my pictures, huh? Come on, gimme.
Ed, will you open the door for this impetuous young lady?
Who's leaving? If I go out here, do you know where I'm going? There's a social organization in this town called the Police. Ever hear of them? I got a bulletin for you. They're interested in your type fella. Look.
You want some more? Keep it up and we'll fix it so that you don't make any sound for a long time.
Let's get out of here.
Now, there's no hurry. This chick hasn't been to the cops yet. In 2 more weeks, we could have cashed in good. I really ought to take care of her.
Hey! Somebody's home.
Watch her. I'll get it.
Hello, my name's Adamski.
Adamski, eh? Fowler's mine.
Nice to meet with you. You put this for paper? This the place I find wife?
Well, now, Mr. Adamski,
It's all right. I be a good customer. Want wife from old country. These women's in this country too weak. Too much ice cream, cake. Adamski, he work like horse, want woman like horse. But a nice one.
Well, I don't know, Mr. Adamski. A girl like that's not easy to find and get over here. You know, there's a quota.
Wait. Don't tell me about these things. Money, she buy everything, huh? I got plenty money. You get right woman for me, and I don't ask how.
Mr. Adamski, it just so happens there's a beautiful girl in Warsaw dying to come over here. You know, with the right kind of, you know what? I might be able to get her on a plane tomorrow.
Is that right? You got picture?
I sure have. Here it is.
Hey, Harry, we got some business to take care of right away.
Ed, meet Mr. Adamski. He's very anxious to get a bride. He's been saving up a long time for it. Isn't that right, Mr. Adamski?
$3,000.
Well, there you are, sir. Her name is Olga Casano. Isn't she beautiful?
Oh, yes, this is nice. This one for me. When you gonna bring her?
You do this for me, huh?
Well, it'll take money to get her on that plane tomorrow. The cables, ticket, you know.
How much?
You get $1,000 back here in half an hour, and I'll get off a cable.
You wait right here. I'll be back. I'll come back. You wait.
Are you out of your mind? We can't wait around for that mark. We gotta get out of here.
Relax. For $1,000, I'll wait around a half hour anytime. And that girl in there's giving me an idea how we can pick up some more quick. Stay with her.
Where is she? Where's my Anna?
She's here all right, Metrovic, just like I told you.
Remember, one peep out of you and the little man gets it first. Right between the eyes. My partner has a gun under the desk. You hear?
Let me see her.
First, let's see some of that money.
No. No got money yet. I see girl first. Make sure you're not fooling me again. Then I go to bank.
All right, you can see her, but that's all. You don't talk to each other until we've been paid for our services.
Sure.
All right, Mr. McGill. Let him see the young lady. Let him see that we're honest American businessmen.
Remember, one sound and that gun goes off.
Anna. My little Anna.
Well?
She's here. She's really here. My Anna. My bride.
All right, get that money up here. But the price has gone up. $1,000. You get it here. Or your Anna goes back on the boat.
I get it. If I have to steal, I get it.
He's gone. Tie up that doll and tie her up good.
Get over in that chair.
Relax, young lady. It'll be easy for all of us.
We gonna wait for both those marks, Metrovic and Adamski?
Why not? They'll be back soon with the money, and we'll be long gone.
I have to get back, Father.
Now calm down, Jan. Tell me again what you want.
How can I calm down, Father? She's here, in America, in this city. I see her in bride office. I go now to get money for to bring her home.
That's wonderful, Jan.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Look, tell Mr. Kovac, please, never mind. Everything all right now. I pay him for time, not to bother Mr. Fowler now. You tell him, Father, I don't want trouble.
All right, Jan, I'll tell him. And you bring Anna back here.
Yes,
I want to make her
You
well.
tell Mr. Kovac, please, no trouble.
Now I had another picture of the little model in a foreign costume. I also had some shots of the operators of Brides Unlimited that I had to develop and get right over to Lieutenant Donovan. The guy named Fowler gave me this picture of a girl. His hands were all over it, so there should be plenty of prints, maybe pick up McGill's too. This is what the two guys look like. I took these shots with a hidden camera.
I'll put them through right away, see if we get any kind of a make on them. When I'll get you forward, there will be. Where you be?
I'm going over to Father Ehrlich's. We got to figure out a way to break the bad news to young Metrovic. He's going to take it pretty hard.
Do you blame him?
No, I don't blame him, but boy, oh boy. Sometimes I think these bunco men are the worst. They don't kill, but they sure torture.
But that is what he said to me. The girl is here. He asked me to tell you.
Well, exactly where did he see her?
In the bridal office.
What?
That's what he told me.
The girl in the picture he saw in the bridal office?
He said, don't bother Mr. Fowler. Everything is all right now.
Can I use your phone?
Well, of course. Michael, is something wrong?
Where did he say he was going when he left here?
To get some more money.
That figures. Joyce, this is Mike Kovac.
Well, hello. How are you?
I'm fine. Look, I want to talk to Jane.
She isn't here. Can I take a message?
Where did she go and how long has she been gone?
I don't know. She left a note saying she had to take care of something. I think it was about those pictures. Is anything the matter?
Well, there wouldn't be if she had done what I told her to do. All right, thanks, Joyce, and goodbye. Well, Jan's girl is up in that office, all right.
Well, then, everything is fine.
The only trouble is she's not Jan's type.
Excuse me. Hello? Oh, yes. It's for you.
Yeah.
Hello, Mike. This is Donovan. We got your boys out of the mug book, all right. The prints haven't cleared, but we don't need them.
What have you got?
They're bad boys, all right. We got a whole book on them. Both of them served time on assault. Get around, too. Cleveland and Memphis want them. They're bad medicine.
Oh, that's great. There's a social gathering going on up there. The Jan and the Collin girl went up there on their own, and I'm leaving right now.
You wait till we get there, you understand? Mike! Mike! Why did... Get me a car.
100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, $1,000 exactly. That's right, huh?
Okay.
I got no money for a wedding now.
Oh, that's a shame. But I have a hunch she's not in the mood for a fancy wedding.
I see her now, yes?
You see her now, yes. You two are made for each other.
Ed, let's bring these two lovebirds together.
I tell you not to come. Everything all right now, Mr. Kovac.
Kovac, what is this?
That's my friend, Mike Kovac. I tell him about Ann. Anna.
Get him.
Donovan, I got a complaint. Assault with intent to murder.
Take him down and book him. How is he?
He's coming around.
Is it all right?
I think so.
Sit in the chair, yeah.
It is you, Anna?
No. I'm sorry.
A dream. Just a dream, eh, Mr. Kovac?
That's right, Jan. Just a dream.
Carla's got something to say to you, Phil.
Do we have to talk now?
We sure do.
Go on, tell him and get it over with.
You can't tell me anything I haven't known for weeks.
I'm only trying to make it easy on you.
I'm a married man, twice your age, a respectable accountant. It's hard to believe that I could be taken so easily.
I really liked you, Phil.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. But how could you love someone like him?
Look, bookkeeper, don't give me any trouble, huh?
I won't, but the police probably will.
Sit down.
Don't do anything foolish, Phil.
For the first time in a long time, I won't.
You're not that much of a fool.
Look, I've been your accountant for 2 years. I know every inch of every lousy racket you're in.
You don't know what you're doing, Phil.
I said I'm going to get out. I meant all the way out.
Once more, I'm warning you. Forget it and be at my office at 10 in the morning.
At 10 o'clock in the morning, we'll both be in jail in a...
With a Camera, starring Charles Bronson.
I'm Mike Kovac, photographer. I get a lot of calls from people who want help and think a photographer can help them because pictures are involved. But sometimes the calls have nothing to do with pictures.
Hi, Kovac.
Yes.
I'm Mrs. Mason, Phil Mason's widow.
Come in, please. Come in.
You have a very nice apartment.
Thank you. Mrs. Mason, as I told you on the telephone, as much as I'd like to help you, there's nothing left for me to do. The police have already made their arrest.
They'll let Larry Gaines off. I know they will.
Not a chance.
What about the other killings he was arrested for and they let him off?
Well, these things happen sometimes, Mrs. Mason.
I don't want it to happen this time. The Lieutenant Donovan, who's in charge of this case, is a friend of yours, isn't he?
I guess you might call him that.
I'm willing to pay you to make sure that your friend does his job.
That won't be necessary, Mrs. Mason.
Is this enough for a retainer? Open it.
It's more than enough. If there was anything that I could do.
I want to see Larry Gaines die for killing my Phil.
Mrs. Mason, the police have a case that can't be broken.
I know better. My husband made a mistake with a girl. After 18 years of marriage, he wanted to be young again. It hurt terribly to lose even a little of him, but to lose all of him.
I understand. And, I'll talk to Lieutenant Donovan.
A man shouldn't have to die for one mistake, should he?
Well, it depends. Larry Gaines made a mistake, and he's going to.
Count it, Gaines.
A man can't trust the police. Who can he trust?
Count it and get out.
You're being very unrealistic, Lieutenant. The DA released me because he thought I was innocent.
Gaines, you're a killer. You murdered Phil Mason. Someday I'm going to get you for it.
In the words of the DA as related to me by my attorney.
Get out.
So quick. Quick is the hand of justice. If you fellas are ever at my club, the bill's on the house.
Donovan.
If you got anything to say, don't.
Phil Mason's widow just hired me to watch that guy walk all the way to the chair.
Return the money.
What does it take to make a murder charge stick?
A gun helps. A witness helps even more.
You had two of them. The guy that cleaned up the club and Larry Gaines' girlfriend.
You picked the right word, had. I just left the morgue. Cleaning man's laying on a slab.
What hit him?
Brakes didn't work. Hit a lamppost. Very unfortunate accident.
What about Carla Norris?
Larry Gaines' girlfriend didn't see a thing.
You gonna let her get away with that?
Mike, I only follow the laws we got. I don't make new ones. I can't force her to testify. Would you like to see a statement? Would you like to see what begging, threatening, pleading got us?
I would like to see nothing but you get Larry Gaines.
He's gunned down two men already and gotten away with it. Sooner or later, I'll catch up with him.
Donovan, this is not a hood that was killed. This is an ordinary guy who slipped an inch and was buried 6 feet.
Stop shoving, Mike.
Well, then get Carla Norris to talk.
She won't talk. She's suddenly gone blind.
All right. I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to earn my money.
How?
How? I'll introduce you to a good eye doctor. That's how. Yes.
I got your card.
Sit down, sit down. I was told you prefer champagne.
Yes, thank you. If you want to sell me publicity pictures...
No, I take family portraits. And if you'd like to see a sample of my work, I have a very nice picture of the Phil Mason family. The husband, the wife.
Are you from the police?
Card says photographer. I do a little bodyguard work, too, if you ever find yourself in need of one.
Now, why would I need that?
Your boyfriend might get nervous.
Excuse me, Mr. Kovac. I've got to change.
Here, wait a minute. Take the card. You might need me sometime. Hey, that's pretty nice, pretty nice. Gift from Larry?
Mm-hmm. An engagement ring.
Inscribed?
Naturally.
Well, for your sake, I hope it doesn't say till death do us part. I had Carla shook up a little. I knew that words alone wouldn't make her talk, but pictures might. And when I saw Larry Gaines helping a tipsy customer, I had my first shot.
Here.
I'm as sober as the... What am I as sober as?
Come on, Freddie, I'll take you home.
Pictures sometimes lie. A little cutout, a little retouching, and this one should at least start an argument.
Hi, honey. Want to see me?
A messenger delivered this a few minutes ago.
That's me.
I'm Myrna.
Where'd you get this?
My Kovac sent it to me.
Wonder where he got it.
I was wondering the same thing, Larry.
Honey, you're not going to accuse me of trying to make a play for this kook, are you?
She wasn't a kook last year.
That was last year. I haven't hardly seen her since then. And never alone. The pictures are phony. Come here. That answer your question?
Maybe I was silly to be jealous, huh?
Honey, I'm never gonna leave you. And don't you ever leave me either, huh?
Now, why would I do a thing like that? I love you.
Well, you just keep on loving me, and we'll both be happy. Very happy. See you after the show?
Naturally.
Got it all off?
Mm-hmm.
I followed Larry Gaines and photographed his routine using a sequence camera, an automatic. I kept on after Larry Gaines. He led a fairly dull life, which I was trying to make interesting. And I finally hit pay dirt. Wait a minute now. You say what you have to say and get out.
It's kind of cool out. You better put your coat on, huh?
We going someplace?
Larry Gaines wants to say goodbye to you. He's leaving town for a couple of weeks.
Out. You tell Larry Gaines I'll be here when he gets back.
He wants to say goodbye to you personally. I got one, too. Your coat. Oh, hold it. I just like to make sure, you know?
Well, if you just put your guns down, I'll show you I don't need one.
Look, pal, in case you didn't know it, that's what you've got to prove. Let's go,
Hey, Les. You give me 50 to get the gloves, Mike.
It's all right.
You didn't tell me why.
I know why, Les.
You ain't sore, are you, Mike?
Sore? Did he pay you?
Yeah.
Then I ain't sore.
Strip down.
I understand you're going away.
Just for a few weeks.
Have a nice trip.
You know, killing you would be inconvenient right now. So I'm going to take the personal pleasure of cutting you to pieces.
And if you miss, your two hoods here gunned me, huh?
I was middleweight champ of my division in Germany. We had some rough boys over there.
3-minute rounds?
No. I'm just going to keep right on belting you. Now, Larry. No. Let him go.
Hey, Larry, the boys in your division ever tell you that you were a sucker for a left hook?
I'll see. Good fight, Mike. Real good. You all right, Mr. Gaines?
Go away. Get out, Punchy.
Good boy, that Kovac. It's a shame. Yep, a real shame. Would have made a great pro.
Hello, Mike.
Hello, Lieutenant.
Thought with Larry Gaines out of town, you'd be catching up on your sleep. Why the stakeout?
Just doing a little mining, Lieutenant.
You got a good chance of hitting dirt. About 6 feet of it.
I'll call a policeman if I need any help. Do that. Hey, Lieutenant, why don't you go out and chase public enemies, huh? I've already lost her once tonight. I don't want it to happen again. Besides, I've arranged for a pal of mine to meet her.
Go home, Mike.
I'm not sleepy, Lieutenant.
That's funny. Neither's the guy that's watching you.
Yes, I think they live on the second floor.
Thank you.
I'm gone 1 week in this. Who's the guy?
How would I know? I was coming home. A man stopped me and asked me if I knew where the Kirklands lived.
Oh, come on, Carly. You can do better than that.
It's the truth.
Okay. So it's another trick of Kovac.
That's exactly what it is.
But you're walking into your apartment.
I can see that.
Look, honey, I don't want to make too much of this. Now, maybe he's an old friend. If he is, just say so and we'll forget the whole thing.
I never saw the man in my life before.
I've got to know that I can trust you.
Have I ever led you to believe that you can't?
If I can't trust you as much as I love you,
What are you saying, Larry?
that it's important to me.
I'll remember that.
I'll see you at the club later.
Hello, Mike.
Hello there.
I'm returning your card. Can't we have some more light?
Yeah.
Aren't you going to offer me a drink?
No?
Are you surprised to see me?
No, I'm never surprised. That's part of my charm.
Are you disappointed?
Well, not yet, no.
That's nice.
You know, you've got more poison in you than a rattler.
Oh, I'm not as dangerous as all that.
You were to Phil Mason.
But you're different.
Yeah, I'm different. The difference is I'm alive and intend to stay that way.
You could have a whole lot more fun out of life if you tried.
Carla, come on. Stop playing Theta Bar. Make your pitch.
Those pictures you've been sending to Larry aren't very funny.
I didn't think they'd get any laughs, but I'll bet they're getting plenty of action, huh?
Well, I'll admit that Larry has a bad temper. That some of the things he does isn't always legal.
Like the murder you witnessed?
I told Lieutenant Donovan I didn't see a thing.
Carla, let me remind you of something. Your boyfriend has already killed one witness.
An accident.
An accident. How do you know you're not being set up for one?
Because Larry loves me.
Then what are you doing here?
Just asking you to stop giving me a bad time.
Lady, I like the way you ask a favor. But as long as you're the only witness against Larry Gaines, you're trouble.
Keep taking your pictures, Mr. Kovac. Take as many as you want.
Thank you, I will.
And whatever you're after, it won't work. Because I won't testify against Larry.
Well, in that case, I'll do you a favor.
You will?
After your accident, I'll send flowers. They said it was all right for me to come in.
Who said?
Okay, so I didn't ask.
Mike, speak your piece and get out. I got 100 things to do.
Donovan, you have a man tailing me. How about having a couple of your men stick close to Carla?
Why?
I got a hunch.
About what?
Larry Gaines is beginning to tighten up and Carla's falling apart.
Why isn't she coming here?
Because you'd never make it. Larry has a hood tailing her all the time.
Maybe if I bring her in, she'll give me a few answers.
No, you gotta give me a couple of more days on that.
What if she doesn't last a couple of more days?
Well, there's that chance.
I don't like the odds.
Donovan, a man was killed. She was gambling then.
So far, she's gotten away with that.
Well, if her luck runs bad, maybe I can switch the dice for her.
And if you get caught?
My insurance company will be very unhappy.
Okay, Mike.
Thanks, Donovan. We covered 3 department stores, a beauty salon, and wound up outside Carla's apartment. Carla knew Freddie was following her and didn't seem to care. I had a hunch he knew I was following him, but he didn't know the police were behind me.
I've got something to show you. Mike Kolbach brought this to me personally.
Don't tell me this bothers you.
Everything you do bothers me.
Look, the man in the picture was a pal of yours, and you know it. I didn't invite him into the car. He saw me alone and tried to make some time. You don't know his reputation.
Don't I? I know his reputation.
What are you talking about?
It's funny you bought airline tickets this afternoon. Your bags are packed. Somebody would think you wanted to get rid of me. I bought this for you. Where were you planning on using it?
On the coast. I got a movie offer a couple of months ago, and I decided to go out and look into it.
Did you ever think of checking with me before making any sudden moves?
Check with you? Why, he was following me all the way.
Just to protect you?
The way he protected your cleanup man?
It wasn't very smart.
Larry, I'm tired of being smart. I'm tired of the whole setup. I'm leaving for good.
For good? I thought you loved me.
Strangely enough, Larry, I do.
If you run out on me now, I won't know who you're seeing, who you're talking to, or what you're saying.
Larry, you can trust me. If I wanted to go to the police, I could have done that a long time ago.
Understand, Carla, understand. I love you, I really do. But I can't afford it anymore.
Larry, if anything happens to me, they'll know who did it.
No, I'll make it easy. I'll make it like an accident. Something that they didn't foresee. Something unfortunate. Like falling from a window.
Larry, you can't. It won't work.
Why not? We're 23 floors up.
They'll get you for it.
Make it easy for me, Carla.
A witness, you'll have to kill him, too.
Get out. Get out. Larry. Out!
Kill me! He tried to push me over the balcony. He killed Bill Mason and shot him in cold blood.
You stupid fool.
Well, it's better than being murdered.
Take him downstairs.
Hold it. You know, I could have this touched up, but I think I'll leave it exactly the way I took it.